Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to do a ventrogluteal injection, which is also known as a glute injection. I'm also going to explain to you the difference between a ventro and a dorsogluteal injection, which is another type of glute injection, but also explain why the ventrogluteal injection is superior to the dorsogluteal injection. We're also going to look at how to find the exact injection site as well as do your injection easily. Now, just a quick warning, my butt will be making a cameo in this video, so be prepared, and if there's any children in the room, get them out now. So that being said, let's just get straight to the video. Right, so when it comes to glute injections, there's actually two types of glute injections that you can do. Ventrogluteal injections and dorsogluteal injections. Now, as you'll see here up on the diagrams that I've put up over here, the ventrogluteal injection site is a lot higher towards the hip and the waist or the belt line, right? It's right at the top of the glute. And if you compare that to the dorsogluteal site, that's directly on the glute itself, the gluteus maximus. The ventrogluteal injection is on the gluteus medius, which, like I said, is a lot higher up. Now, the ventrogluteal injection site is preferred because it is away from major blood vessels, right? And so for this reason, it's a lot safer and it is a lot less painful of an injection site for intramuscular injections, right? So this is why nurses and doctors use this as their preferred injection site for intramuscular injections. And this is also why it's my #1 go-to site for my TRT injections. Okay, next, let's take a look at the equipment you'll need for your glute injection. So here we have, starting on the right, your testosterone ampoule or vial. Next to that on the left, we've got an 18 gauge 1.5 inch needle for drawing your testosterone. However, this is not necessary. You can draw with the same needle that you're injecting with, but it just makes drawing easier when you use an 18 gauge. Below that, we've got the blue 23 gauge 1.5 inch needle. And this is the typical needle that most people will use for a glute injection. However, you can also use the 25 gauge 1 inch needle if you're lean or you're shredded for a slightly less painful injection. Below the needles, we've got the alcohol pads, which are used for cleaning the injection site before and after your injection. And finally, next to that, we've got the 1 ml Lure syringe. And all of these items is what you'd use to prepare your syringe for your injection. Now, I have done separate video guides on how to open your ampoules and how to prepare your medication for your injection. So please just see the links in the description of this video for that. Right. Next, we need to find the injection site. And let me just tell you that finding the injection site for both the ventro and the dorsogluteal injections can be tricky. So in the following photos, I've highlighted the difference between the ventro and dorso sites. As you can see, they're quite close, but the ventro is right at the top of your butt, near your waistline, while the dorsogluteal site is in the middle of your glute or right in the center of your butt. The ventro injection, which we're doing today, is done on the gluteus medius, while the dorso injection is done on the gluteus maximus. So now that we have a general idea of where we should be injecting, let me show you a simpler way of finding the site on your own. Typically, doctors would have you lie down on your side to give you this injection, but that's not necessary. You can do it on your own, sitting or standing, and give it to yourself. You just need to twist to the side, as you'll see. So to make things easier, I have offered up my own butt for demonstration purposes and decorated it in nice, bright colors. I've highlighted the injection area with colored markers, so you'll see the waist and belt line in red, as well as the ventrogluteal injection site in blue or green. And this is where we do the ventroglute injection, marked with a number 2. Now, as you can see, you can also do a dorsogluteal injection in the area marked with black and a number 1. But for today's demo, we're focusing on the ventrogluteal injection. Just remind yourself that this is a glute injection. So wherever you inject, it should always be on your butt. The ventrogluteal injection site is right on the top outer edge of your glute, as is seen in the picture. So this is where we'll inject. Just remember to relax the muscles when injecting. And one good thing about the ventrogluteal injection is that you don't have to pull your pants all the way down for this one. Just a quick disclaimer before we look at the actual injection, and obviously today I've shown you the injection sites highlighted in marker pen, right? Now this is obviously not something you'd want to do on your own body near your injection site because that marker pen has ink, and if you wipe that with an alcohol swab, it could get near the injection site. Now obviously I've taken precaution despite the ink smudging to keep the ink away from the injection site, but this is not a risk that you'd want to take yourself, and consider it me taking one for the team for today's demonstration purposes. Right, let's move on to doing the injection. So to start off with, locate the injection site as described earlier. Today we're doing the ventrogluteal site marked with a 2, but you could also do the dorsogluteal site marked with a 1 like we discussed earlier. Next, take an alcohol swab or alcohol pad and wipe the injection site for a couple of seconds. Next, take your prepared injection and syringe and remove the safety cap, making sure not to touch the needle. Now, what you want to do is twist around and insert the needle into the injection site at a 90-degree angle. But before pushing the solution or the medication in, we need to aspirate. So to do this, you pull back on the plunger and you make sure that you see some air into the syringe, not blood. So if it's air that you see, that's good. You've aspirated correctly and you can continue with your injection. However, if you see blood, then you will have to prepare your injection again from fresh and repeat the process. However, if you'd like more information on aspiration, then please just see the aspiration video linked in the description of this video where I cover it in more detail. So now that we've aspirated, the needle's still in, all we have to do is push down on the plunger slowly until all the medication is out and in our muscle. When done, remove the needle and replace the safety cap. Then you wipe the injection site with an alcohol pad. It may or may not bleed a little. Don't worry if there's a little blood. This may happen from time to time. It happens to all of us. Some injections it does, some injections it doesn't. And finally, don't forget to dispose of your sharp objects and your needles into a sharps bin or appropriate waste container. So that's it. That's how you do a ventrogluteal injection. So I wish you the best of luck on your first injection. If you have any more questions, then just leave a comment in the comment section below with your question and I'll get back to you. But if you had success, then please just click the thumbs up and let us know that it was a successful injection for you. And feel free to leave a comment and share your experience in the comment section below, because we always like to hear how it goes for everyone else. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.